Today we're going to look at the next step in setting up a good Microsoft team, and that is using Class Notebook. Class Notebook for teachers is like using your jotters. Lots of different jotters for different things, and it allows them to draw and write in the jotter, and you as a teacher to draw and write things back to them. So let's set it up. We're in our test team just now. First thing we're going to do is we're going to click on Class Notebook, which is up here. Click on that, and then within a few seconds it should come up with this screen here to set up. So we're going to be using an application called OneNote to control all of this information, and it's actually a pretty powerful tool, and it's going to help you out an awful lot. We are going to create it from a blank notebook because nobody else should have anything to do with it. There's some information here that you need to know. It will allow you collaboration space, which means that the team will see all the notes stored here, and the students can edit and you can edit the content available. Content library, so it's stuff for materials for them to study and look at. We can edit it, but the student can only view the content. And the student's notebook, so this is their own space, their own private jotters, where we can edit the content as well, but they can edit their own ones and they can't see anybody else's. We have got 3 different ways to communicate our learning intentions and things across to the children. I'm going to click on Next. This will give us to the next section where we've got to set up the private spaces for each of the children. So basically we're establishing our jotters. The student name, leave that blank, and what we're going to do is we're going to just edit some of these just now. So I want one for maths, I want one for language, I'm going to have one for writing, and I want one for a daily diary. If you want any more, we can add them easily at a later date. If you want to remove it, just click remove. So at the moment we'll remove the writing one. If we want to add it back in, we just click on add section down here and it will generate it back up. So add section, writing. But for now we're going to remove it because we're going to pretend that we want to amend it later on. All I'm going to do now is just click create and let that generate it. Now this may take several minutes, so don't get impatient and just wait it out and we'll see what happens. Once all the information has been generated and set up, you can read through that at your own leisure, but the important button is this navigation panel button here, the little chevron, which is going to open up the collaboration space. So you can see there are 3 tabs. You've got a welcome tab, collaboration space, and a content library. The more people that are under here, all of the members of the team, and they'll have their own things to generate. Collaboration space is where we collaborate. So what you can do is you click on the collaboration space button using the collaboration space, and across at this section, if you right click, you create a new page. We can call it whatever we want. So let's call it just test. It changes the name of it. It tells you the date that's generated, and we can do anything all together as a team. So if you've got 5 people working on a project together, they can all write, type and draw. If you want to amend the folders that are underneath for each individual child, what you need to do is you go to Class Notebook, so you've got this information up, and then across here you click on Manage Notebooks. This will bring up the information, and exactly the same menu will be there. So we've got our diary, the language and our maths. If we want to add that writing one back in again, and then click save. If the collaboration space, which is the space at the very top, you don't want anybody to be drawing in or keeping it locked out just now, you can lock that collaboration space so that nobody can use it apart from you. So as you can see, I have already set up a Class Notebook here. I've blurred some information out, obviously for privacy details, and I'm going to open this navigation pane at the side to see what's going on. Down this side here, you can see I have a lot of children added in there. I've got my collaboration space, my content library, and then all the different children. So if I just pick a child at random, I can click on this down arrow, and it generates some of the things that we have been looking at, so that we'll be able to look at what they've been doing in maths, reading, language, anything they want to write down about, stuff that they've been working on. And obviously this can be changed once we know a little bit more about how the workings of it and how we want to work. But this will at least give us an option to get some information to and from each children. Hope this has been helpful, and any information you want to add or amend, just leave a comment down below. Thank you very much, and goodbye.